This is Roger Walton, and I'm going to be talking about hardware as a service. The rapid pace of change in IT creates several challenges for businesses. One is that IT hardware has a relatively short life, and replacement cycles can be expensive and hard to predict. However, there's a solution for many in the form of a hardware as a service, or Haas for short. Hardware as a service is an alternative procurement model where your MSP provides you hardware and you pay a fixed monthly amount. So why might you want to do this? Perhaps the biggest reason is that Haas doesn't tie up your capital. For most businesses, capital is a relatively scarce resource that may be needed for outlays that are critical to their core business. For this reason, for many businesses, it's much simpler to spend funds from the operating budget than the capital budget. And there are some other benefits too. Obtaining your hardware through a Haas agreement may also allow you to choose higher quality or higher capacity equipment than if you had to come up with the funds for an outright purchase. And you don't have to worry about the hardware maintenance as it's included. And if, in the worst case, the equipment fails completely at any time during the service term, we'll replace it. And perhaps most importantly, you can stop worrying about replacement cycles, because at the end of the term, you will have the option of upgrading to a later generation device or appliance, and again, with no capital expenditure involved. What types of equipment are available under a Haas agreement? If you're a PCG client, pretty much any hardware item in our standard technology stack can be provided on a Haas basis. Some of the most common choices are firewalls, backup appliances, servers, and core switches. But a Haas agreement can also cover standard PCs, notebooks, and wireless networks. So how does the financing work? It's really as simple as a rental with a fixed monthly fee for an initial term, typically 36 months. At the end of the initial term, you have no obligation to continue, but have several options, including upgrading your equipment. Like a rental, but unlike a typical lease, entering into a Haas agreement does not require a lien or otherwise impose a limit on your ability to borrow for other purposes. So in summary, entering into a hardware as a service agreement can provide security and flexibility in a world in which technology continues to evolve at a rapid pace.